And joining on the phone now is Mr. Brian Flower. He is the CEO of White Mountain Titanium Corporation. WMTM is their stock symbol. Brian, good to talk to you again.
Yes, thank you, Don. Good speaking with you.
Well, now, Brian, of course, the name is obvious, but tell us again what White Mountain does.
White Mountain owns a titanium project in north-central Chile, and we're advancing that project to final feasibility.
Well, now, I've seen a lot of activity press release-wise with the company. Why don't you bring us up to date since we last spoke?
Okay, thanks. I'm really pleased to be able to provide an update on our company since we were last featured on MoneyTV. We have achieved a number of milestones, and of our achievements, I think there's three that really are of note. The first relates to results of a titanium metal development project that we have underway at Cambridge University in the UK. And what we're doing there is we're testing our feedstock material in a new proprietary process with a view to producing metal directly from concentrate. And we have been successful in producing titanium sponge metal from our concentrate from Chile. And at the moment, what we're doing is we're going forward in testing the material to see if we can produce titanium powder as well as sponge metal. The powder is a much higher valued commodity than the metal. And at the same time, what we're doing is we're testing a less expensive form of feedstock called ilmenite to see if we're able to produce sponge metal and powder metal from ilmenite. If that proves to be the case, it will certainly open up the scope of this technology far beyond what we would be able to provide out of our current project in Chile. So we're very encouraged with that. The second thing of note is we've appointed a project manager to assist us in taking the project to final feasibility. And the individual that we have appointed is a person by the name of Antonio Larachi. And Dr. Larachi was the former head metallurgist for AMAC Consulting in Santiago, and he has been heading up our file for the last 4 years on our project. And he's come to join us, and he will be putting together a project engineering team and basically overseeing our project from an engineering and an environmental sense to take it to final feasibility. The timing that we have on this is we're currently targeting to get the project to final feasibility by the end of the first quarter of next year. And the third development, and this is probably the most important development for us since we started with this project back in 2004, is we've just announced the signing of our first offtake agreement. We have placed 25,000 tons of concentrate with a major international titanium pigment buyer at a price of $1,200 a ton. This is far beyond anything we imagined when we took this project on in 2004. At that time, concentrate was selling at about $475 a ton. So with a planned production of 130,000 tons a year and pricing of $1,200, obviously the projected cash flow is much stronger than what we could have imagined 7 years ago. What we're doing on a going forward basis is 25,000 tons represents a relatively small portion of our planned production, and so we are continuing to meet with metal producers, pigment producers, and welding rod producers with a view of placing the balance of the planned production prior to completing the final feasibility studies. So as we continue to sign up additional customers, we will make those announcements. But certainly this price, which is reflective of the shortage in the market, is having a major impact on our projected cash flows. So we're extremely pleased that we find ourselves in this position right now.
Well, Brian, that is really exciting. I've got to stop you there again. Brian Flower with White Mountain Titanium Corporation, WMTM. Exciting developments, Brian. Thanks for the update.
Thanks very much, Don. Bye-bye.